All right, so Brad Paisley was here not too long ago, and
Right.
it was like the day that this controversy broke when he was here.
The day we cured racism?
Yeah. And now you're here, and he's on your album as well. But
Yeah.
this Accidental Racist, this song is getting, it's so controversial. And when you were writing it, did you think this is going to possibly upset some people?
Well, first let me say this. The song isn't perfect, but with the song, what we were talking about is love and not judging people by symbols or skin color or where they're from or their background, but actually just judging people based on who they are as individuals.
Right.
So some people didn't connect the dots, but I think ultimately it's for the best because it raises awareness about a subject that needs to be talked about. And just for the record, I think it's ludicrous and ridiculous to even think for a second that I would ever trivialize slavery. Like that's, to me, is like almost a bizarre conclusion to draw,
Right.
I think that ultimately, the majority of Americans and the majority of the people in the world realize that you want to land on the side of love. And they realize that it's not about being bitter, it's about getting better in your life. And it's about seeing people as individuals, whether they're gay, straight, whether they're from down south, in an area where quote unquote rednecks live, whether they're from the inner city or the ghetto. Ultimately, we have to connect as human beings. When you look at what happened in Boston, and when you look at what's going on in North Korea, I think Americans are clear that we need to stick together and we need to be unified as a country. So that's what that song was about. It was not about making light of or trivializing what happened in the past. And so my conversation to Brad was in this letter that I was writing to this quote unquote guy who was telling me about the symbol is that, listen, if you don't judge who I am now in the present, and if you can get past who I am when I walk in the door with my tattoos on and with my jeans sagging and with my do-rag and my hoodie on, then I tell you what, I won't walk around with a chip on my shoulder about something that happened many generations ago that you can't do anything about. It doesn't mean that I'm trivializing it, but what it is saying is that, I don't feel like African Americans have to be upset. Like, I don't define myself by slavery. I define myself as a man and a human being who's going after his dreams now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. And I think, for me, I just wanted to see love and just have a real honest conversation with the guy about, being a human being first, and then an American, and then being a person with some faith. And that's what the song's about.
All right. I'm so glad you got to clear that up, because I think a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.